Okay, this is a video on how to use elimination to solve systems of linear equations. And first of all, we're going to start with a few definitions so that we're all on the same page. So eliminate is remove or delete. Okay, opposite numbers for example, would be -4 and 4. So one is negative and one is positive. Coefficient is the number in front of the variable. So we have 4y and we have -4y. So this would be the coefficient and this would be the coefficient, okay? Include the operation, okay? So now we're going to look at the process. And we have ax plus by equals c. Now these are two variables. We have x and y, and we have in plus by, and we have ax negative by equals c. So what we're going to start with is we're going to add the x's together, and then we are going to add the y's together. Now, this is the important. You've got to include the positive and the negative, okay? So when we do this, we have ax plus ax is left because by minus by crosses each other out. So now we have, this is actually 2x equals c. Okay, so we have 2a's equals c. 2ax equals c. So do the operations have opposite coefficients? They did here. Okay, so we eliminated and we solved. If they don't, like we're going to see below here, and I'm going to, if you need to pause it to get your information, go ahead and then restart, and we'll be moving on to the next part. Okay, so here we have, these are not the same coefficients, so they just don't cross each other out. These are the same. They're both positive, so they're not opposite. So there's no real opposite coefficients here. So we're going to use the properties of equality to create an opposite coefficient. If you don't remember what this is, there is a video that I can have you look at, or I can go over it with you. But I think it'll make sense when we start going. So here, I'm going to move it up a little bit so we can see the whole thing. We have x plus 2y equals 4. We have 2x minus 3y equals 1. Well, the easiest thing to do would be to take, and I'm going to highlight so it makes it easier. If we take this equation and we just multiply it by -2, so that would be the opposite coefficient of 2, if we'd have -2. So once you multiply this, this is what you get. You get -2 times x is -2x. -2 times 2y is -4y. And remember, you have to apply it to both sides. So it's -2 times 4 is -8. So then you're going to bring down this equation. I'm going to make it a different color. We're going to take this equation and we're going to move it down here, right? And we're going to use this equation. We're going to, because we change this one to equal that, and now we're going to take this one and put it back down here. so that you can see we combine them. So then when you take -2 plus 2, you get 0. When you take -4 plus -3, it's -7y, and -8 plus 1 is -7. So one thing here, though, in order to get y equals 1, the inverse operation of multiplication is division. So we have to divide both sides by 7. So -7 divided by 7 is y, because these cross out, and -7 divided by 7 is, we're supposed to divide it by -7. -7 divided by -7 crosses out. -7 divided by -7 is 1. So this is the solution. So solve for y is 1. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take this equation back up here, and we're going to put it in down here. So we're going to take x plus 2y, so 2 times y, which is 1, equals 4. So x plus 2 equals 4. Now they do it sideways, x plus 2 minus 2, or 4 minus 2, x equals 2. Now if you find it easier, x plus 2 equals 4. This is how you're going to solve it. Remember, these cross out. X equals 4 minus 2 is 2. So this is the same as this, only they did it sideways, whereas I did it up and down. So x equals 2. So the solution, we know that x, y, we know that x is 2, and y is 1. So that's your solution. And that's what they have over here. Now, in order to make sure, because we always check our work, we're going to say, we know that y is 1, so 2 plus we're doing this one. I wish they would write the whole thing down. I think it's easier for you to see it. X plus 2y equals 4. So we have x is 2 plus 2 times 1 equals 4. So 2 plus 2 equals 4. So that's true. Now here, the equation is 2x minus 3y equals 1. So 2 times x, which is 2, minus 3 times 1 equals 1. So 2 times 2 is 4, minus 3 times 1 is 3. So 4 minus 3 is 1 equals 1. So that's true. Okay, and let me rewrite this if it's harder for you to see. Okay, so we checked it out. Now we're going to try and do one on our own. We're going to use this one to solve. And I'm going to bring it, we're going to flip it over, and we are going to rewrite it. I just want to make sure that you guys can see it on the document cam. Okay, so x minus y equals -4. Then we have x plus y equals 10. Now, as far as I'm concerned, these are opposite, right? So we just have to cross these out. So x equals -4 plus 10. So x equals 6. Oh, and there's one, these are the invisible ones, so this should be 2x, because we have 2 x's, right? Okay, so everybody there? Now to solve for x, the inverse of multiplication is division. These cross out, and x equals 3. So we have x and y. We know that 3. Now we just have to solve for y. So we're going to take one of these equations. I'm going to use the one with addition because I think it's easier. So if we have x plus y equals 10, and we know that x is 3, so 3 plus y equals 10, then we're going to minus 3 because this is positive. Subtract 3 from both sides. So y equals 7. Okay? So now we know what our coordinates are. Now we have to check to make sure our work is right. So we have x minus y equals -4. So x is 3 minus 7. 3 minus 7 is -4 equals -4. So that one works. Now we're going to try and do the next one, which is x plus y equals 10. So x is 3, y is 7, equals 10. So 10 equals 10. Check. So the solution was correct. Okay? All right. Thanks for listening.